What's up, guys? In this video, we are going to dive into a live sales call I did. I'm going to block out the end, basically everything up until the point where it's like, okay, let's do this. So this was a different type of offer than I usually sell. And this is like my second close of the offer. It ranges from 10 to 12K depending on if they do payment plans, but big picture, I'm going to show you my thought process behind asking the questions. And when the prospect says this, I'm going to tell you, okay, you see why I said this? Do you know why? It's because I was thinking this, I saw this red flag, or here's why I was saying this stuff. And so you'll get to see a lot of my thought process and what got this guy to close. And what you won't see is more important than what you do see. And what you won't see is me pushing this guy into paying 10 grand. You won't see me over explaining what we do. Okay, and I think this will be really beneficial for you. It's not my best call, but I really do think it will be beneficial for you just to kind of see the process that I take people through in a B2C offer. It's different than a lot of other things out there. All right, but just watch, let me know what you think in the comments. I can do more of these. I have like a whole bunch of sales calls recorded that I could just start posting ones that didn't close, that did. If people like this, just make sure that you let me know and hit subscribe. Follow this channel. I'm going to be dropping so much sales content, it'll blow your freaking brains out, okay? So without further ado, let's jump into the call. What up, guys? What up? Okay, we are going to review a call that I closed the other day. All right, so this offer is for a co-author program with Les Brown. So Les Brown is like a motivational OG. He's a big name. And so it's 10K for the pay in full, or 12K or 11K, it depends on the payment plan. But anyway, we're gonna look and see, what did I do well? What could I improve? What would I do differently next time? So anyway, I don't really do this very often, reviewing my own calls. So let's get into it. All right. We got Damien. Damien's joined the room. A quick look over his stuff. Written by published mental health retardation. As means that it's feeding agency have been improved experience for promotions. Wait. Did you say retardation? Written but not published mental health retardation. Teens using accepted sound for speaking agency have been improved experience for promotions. 0 to 10K. Okay, so he's broke. We're gonna have to get him to really understand the value of writing with less, but I'm just gonna use this as practice to tie him down on. So this is what I do before my calls. I kind of do a pre-call ritual, and I looked at this guy's application. I was like, okay, he's making 0 to 10K, whatever. I just threw out all expectations. I'm like, I'm just gonna have a conversation with this guy, and I'm gonna practice the certain tie downs, which you're going to see before I get to the pitch. This isn't your typical offer. There's not like some crazy pitch. You'll see how I do it on all the steps. So the goals. Mr. Damien, what's up? Can you hear me? No. Damien.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, can't complain, man. Having a great day. How about you? So I just got off the phone. I closed the guy for 10K paying full, like right before this call. So pretty chill, pretty relaxed. I'm like, if this guy says no, like I don't really care, or like whatever.
Grandtastic day.
Grandtastic. Did you make that up? I love that.
Yes, sir. Myron Golden told me he was gonna steal it from me.
Myron Golden. As soon as this guy mentioned Myron Golden, I'm like, oh, this guy might be somebody. I was like, wait a minute. The average person doesn't know Myron Golden. Oh, you know Myron? Dude, Myron's a legend.
I met Les Brown in 2022 at Anetta Powell's
I'm gonna speed this up.
Seminar, and I went to her seminar this year in Miami too as well.
Is he Myron?
Yes, he's there as well too. Yes, this year.
Oh, awesome. What do you do?
Well, I'm actually a music composer, producer, and I also just started my own brand for organic hygiene wear as well. It's called Smile.
Okay, interesting. Well, all right, let's see what the frame is here. Oh, I'm excited to kind of dive in here. I've got to get in half an hour just to kind of usually how these calls go. Just want to get a sense of like what you're looking for, and make sure that
this will make sense, and I can explain what we've got going on and all that. That sound good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Pretty relaxed still, pretty chill. Like, yeah, I can explain how it all works.
Okay, cool. So tell me a little bit about maybe your goals and how you see this book with Les potentially helping you.
Well, for one, it was my calling. It's been some time that I said that I was.
So with this offer, I just go straight into goals. I'm not asking him about really his situation. You saw I said, hey, what do you do? I asked that before the frame. Hey, what do you do? Oh, cool, awesome. How's work going? Yeah, love that, man. All right, you got a pen, piece of paper ready to dive in? Yeah. Okay, cool. Then go right into the frame. Like, that's not part of my initial questions. I like to get to the point. And on this offer, it's not really a problems first offer. It's goals first.
Going through this, actually, when I met Anetta Powell, 2022, and then actually met Les Brown briefly. It was my calling. For a real long time, I just didn't have the stage to do it. So I started going to seminars and started meeting and get my speech up and my communication skills up even more better, so I can edify the world.
Are you doing public speaking now? Is that what you've been up to?
No, I'm actually just getting started. But it's always been in. Like I said, I just never had a stage to do it.
Cool. But how do you see that? I don't know, like benefiting you, like being a public speaker. And
now I know Jeremy Minor has this idea of like the confused old man frame, but I don't like to sound too smooth on these calls. So I intentionally sound like a dummy sometimes. And also, it's very possible that I was just having like a slow day where I'm like, well, how do you see that helping you? But this is actually on purpose, a lot of this.
Because a career, I guess, or like,
what am I doing here? I'm trying to establish money with the goal of becoming a published author with Les, or becoming a published speaker. Okay, so it's very important that they have an ROI.
I don't know, like benefiting you, like being a public speaker, and because a career, I guess, or like would you like promoting your business, or?
Yes, it'll also be a career move as well. I believe that the world needs to hear, like Les Brown said, everybody has a story, and just waiting to get out there and be told, but you have to have that story that edifies people and makes people give you that standing ovation. And
so a lot of these people are impact driven, let's just say. I've learned to like, all right, yeah, I love that you're impact driven, it's great, but as you know, the more money you have, the more you can impact people. So what kind of money would you need to make in order for you to have the impact that you really want to have?
So that's what I'm willing to bring to the table.
Yeah, and I was reading through your application that, is this your first book? You haven't published a book before or promoted one?
No, I never published a book before. This,
part of my tie down is that I don't just assume that they want a book. I push back. I was like, okay, well, are you sure that you can even see yourself being a public speaker or writing a book? Because as you probably know, Les has an audience of millions and millions of people. Are you ready to have that type of exposure when potentially millions of people are now looking at you and you got eyeballs on you, and your brand just goes from like boom to boom? Like, are you ready for that? Are you sure?
Poking around and messing around.
So it's not a challenge, but it is a challenge. It's a different type of challenge, Are you ready to step up to that? Is basically what I'm asking. Do you believe that you're ready? I do. But why though? Are you sure?
Gotcha. So what have you been doing up until now to try to get your kind of speaking career off the ground? Just going to network events, or have you been trying to work with anyone, or?
Yes, I'm also a very respectable guy in my community. I do a lot of social events here, and talk to the youth. And I was incarcerated a few times, so I'm also in the real estate as well. I do a hot real estate business too.
I was like, bingo. I was like, yeah, money. Never take their application at face value.
Yeah. So that.
Boys, I just got a number from Hinge. Let's go.
That's my niche right there. Just speaking to the youth, adolescents, men and women that's in reform. To get out of prison and get back into the community and make good.
Yeah. Not just about impacting people.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna tell you, I'm not gonna fluff you and sit here and tell you no BS. You know, I do need some help on, you know, my communication skills, and you know, I'm all for it. You know, finances is great. I don't have a problem with that. You know,
Okay.
like I said,
Yeah, I was just curious because if I could ask them, like, which one? If we do two things, I'm not sure if you know this. You signed up for the co-author, right?
Sometimes I try to like upsell these people on like the co-author thing and the speaker. So Les has a 10K thing and he has a 3K thing, or like basically 4K now to become a public speaker. And some people, it makes sense that they would want to do both, especially if they're publishing a book so that they can become a public speaker. So
yeah, co-author, and that's all about publishing a book, being in a book with Les, and getting exposure to his audience. It's really great for your social brand or your personal brand, for getting enough awareness, for becoming a best-selling author, all that stuff. It's like a big launching pad to take people's career up to another level and get them opportunities for speaking and all that. And then there's the Legendary Speaker Academy, where Les is also taking a group of people through 12 weeks, 12-week program to teach them how to.
It's a bit early in the call to really be talking about what we do. It's only 6 minutes and a half. If I were to change this over, I would not include this part. But in my mind, I'm like, okay, the guy has a decent goal. Again, it's not following the typical call flow. I'm like, okay, what is your goal? Let's tie that to money. What do you do now? Do you have money? And then what have you tried? Are you looking at any other ways to, you know, let's say his goal is to get speaking engagements. Okay, you feel like this book is the best way to do that. Have you tried any other ways to get speaking engagements? And he said no. So we don't have to burn any other bridges, really. And really the last tie down is that he's ready to do this now.
To speak like him.
yes.
So like is there one or the other that like kind of resonates with you more?
I mean, whatever is possible and needed, you know, I'm all for it. You know, like I said, I'm background, you know, we got
like at this point in the call, I'm like still not sure if this guy's legit. Like kind of second guessing him.
You know, a couple jokes we shared together, you know, and
Yeah.
And after that, you know, it was like, I want to do the things that he's doing, you know, and that resonated with me. So, you know, I became, you know, likeness in that aspect as well.
Yeah. You have like a monetary goal, like a certain amount that you'd like to start producing it if you were to, you know, start doing this thing for real, speaking thing.
But I'm going to say how to set the goal for money, you know, I'll worry about that later.
Okay.
So this is like a red flag in my mind. He's like, I'm not worried about money. I'll worry about that later. But then he says something here.
Gotcha. Well, I know his house. You know, it's
Okay. Yeah, because I was
target.
Right. You know, I mean, I wouldn't say a target, you know, I already look at myself as a billionaire, you know, so you know, money,
Yeah.
it's the object, you know, it's all about resonating with the people and changing lives.
Yeah.
Fine.
So 100%. You know, it's interesting because you probably know like public speaking is most people's biggest fear. You can really see it.
All right, so here's like the pushback. All right.
So being up on stage and really,
Let me just slow this down a bit.
like standing in front of thousands of people and delivering your message.
Yes. You know, like I said, you know, I'm in the music, so you know, I have a couple CDs out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So stages is you know, communicational stages is different from music stages. You know, kind of sort of in a way.
Yeah, it's a little different. Yeah.
Because you know, you got music, got people, you know, bouncing, moving around.
Yeah.
And it's talking, you know, with the music, but you know, when you're standing up there, your heart's talking to people to get them to, you know, open up and resonate on their lives and basically say, okay, that's touching to me, and that's how I see myself, and now I need to come out of that, and this is what's helping.
Yeah, no, I love it. So if I'm hearing you correctly, it's, you know, you got this message, you think this book is a great opportunity to kind of get it out there and then give yourself opportunities to go to deliver it to crowds and maybe start this another career of kind of doing what Les is doing.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not, you're not like looking at it to like to promote your music necessarily or your real estate or anything. It's just like separate.
No, this is separate. Yes, this is separate.
Okay.
This is my calling. You know, for I'm actually, you know, I was actually, you know, as a child, I was forced to take with it, and you know, so you know, I was into disability and stuff like that. So
Some of these people have like sob stories.
you know, in classes, you know, with 10, 15 kids, when I should have been in the class with 30, 40 kids maybe, but I guess that was what needed to be done to get where I'm at right now.
Yeah. So that's what you would speak about?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because it's not just like for the book that,
Hold on. A little bit of not disqualifying, but you'll see what I do here.
anyone will take anyone with false who has the money to do it, because it has to.
It's like a bit of exclusivity. Yeah, we won't just take money from anyone who wants to be in a book with Les.
Be in line with Les's message, and this book is about,
Which is true, by the way. It's not just me saying some bullshit, but it's like once they desire it, a bit of taking it away. Oh, there's actually a bit of exclusivity here, so we don't just take anyone. Are you sure you want to do this? Like, we're pushing back on the person when most salespeople would be starting to pitch. There'd be none of this push-pull. It would be all push, which is coincidentally what all the other salespeople are doing.
Personal development, tough times.
Yeah, I'm mental health awareness.
Yeah.
Health and wellness, that's
Yeah.
Now it's like
I think it's 10 to 15 authors to be in the book. We're all experts in their various fields. We all have a powerful story that they want to share, and so that's what this is. I wasn't sure how much do you know about how it all works. Did you get a chance to check out the website?
Yeah, briefly, yes. For lessons, I actually was.
Yeah, I can share my screen. Hold up.
I gotta take a picture for this
Yeah,
girl.
let's get together. I'll let you, kind of take the reins, I guess. This is probably you. But on my end, I'll say that, like, from the talent,
Brutal picture.
or like the expertise, it sounds like you'd be a shoe-in in terms of like your story and
Another important piece here, you always want to reassure them why they're a good fit. Don't just like say some bullshit. Based on what you said, I like, because of your story and this and that, I really do think that this would be a great fit for you. Because sometimes they don't know. And like,
So-
you go through this whole pitch, and at the end of your pitch, they're like, well, do you even think I could do it? And you're like, oh fuck, dude, of course. I wouldn't be still talking to you if I didn't. But I always say that in the pre-pitch. This is still like the pre-pitch.
that you have to share, so it's possible to your application. So it's just a matter of if the whole program were to.
Yeah, I just need a elaborate stage to work off of, and everything will be.
So this is a guy that's like doesn't need much details about how it all works. He's more like a towards personality, where the guy I spoke to today was like he was like in cybersecurity. He had like 50 million questions about the logistics and very like practical type of person. This guy is more of a like an action, emotional type of person. So different pitch, really.
Everything will be, sensational.
Yeah. So what questions do you have for me about what this is and how it works?
I suck taking selfies. But.
Well,
See, one thing a lot of salespeople do is they'll just start blabbing. Okay, well, here's the pitch. First, you get this, and then you get this, and then you get this, and then you get this. I always like to say, okay, what questions do you have for me? And then I'll answer the questions exactly what they're interested in.
I mean, I don't really have too many questions. I was kind of nervous. I called my cousin because he's a publisher. He has a lot of books, and speak with him and just to get going, and to give you questions. But I said, just.
What were you nervous about?
You see that? Listen, I was nervous. Guess what? I know at the end of the call, if I'm asking him to give me $10,000 or more, fear is one of the prime objections. And he says, I was nervous. I'm like, what were you nervous about? That was my first question. I wanted that to be out in the open before I get to the pitch. Very, very, very important. And you'll see how I reframe it here a little bit, because he doesn't really know why he was nervous.
Just to get on, and to give you questions. But I said, just.
What were you nervous about?
You know what? I don't know, really. It was just, just the sensation of saying, okay, this could be, right where I need to be, and put on that stage, so I can, elaborate and show people,
So I think other salespeople at this point, What would you do if you're in this situation? You're like, you can do it. You would start like hyping them up and be like, oh, of course you can do it. Like you're gonna crush. Like you'll see what I do. I kind of pull back again. It's like this push pull. It's like a
You can
dance.
come from nothing and still acknowledge people that doesn't have much and let them see that it's possible to make it away.
Yes, yeah, completely. If you ask me, I think I know what you're nervous about.
I think I know what you're nervous about.
So we have this, there's you, because you haven't been speaking on stage and really and delivering your message like this, right?
Right, correct.
Yeah, so if we think about it, there's like, this is like another reality that we're almost stepping into. And so I can see how it's like, okay, am I ready to be in the spotlight? Am I ready to step up? And, you know, like once you're,
Am I ready?
like the floodgates are open.
Listen to the language. Am I ready to step up? And you're like, yeah, I'm ready to step up. Yeah, like it's not challenging these people, but it's like we're putting a frame around his emotions. And the whole frame, the meta frame is that growth is outside of your comfort zone, but that's a good thing. That's good to feel nervous. It's good to feel fear. That means you're growing. If you felt no fear, you wouldn't be growing, would you? No, you're right. Okay. So you know what you have to do to put yourself in the best position to win. I think I do.
You know, it's going on. Are you mentally prepared for that? Because I'm not getting a question.
Yeah. Are you mentally prepared? I push back again.
If you're like, and you know what, maybe not. That's cool with me.
Hey, I don't care if you are or not. If you aren't, like, cool with me either way.
Right. Gotcha.
Well,
Yeah,
are you?
you know,
I'm asking you, bro.
As we got to talking and stuff, I said, let me knock this out. I know what I came to do. And I thank you for, giving me the time and, as well. And
So this is what I talked about before. I made videos about this. Enrolling versus closing. I'm not closing this guy, I'm enrolling him. And enrolling is when they're like, oh my God, thank you for the opportunity kind of shit. Like what he's saying right now.
I believe, this would be a nice representative move for me and Les Brown.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, if there's any questions about the details, I can kind of give you like the high level, and then you just ask me what you want to know. The whole thing is like this book. You probably know that Les Brown had like a health scare just a year or two ago with cancer, right?
This is true, but the reason why I bring this up before I talk about the book is because we want to frame everything for a reason why we're doing this, for a reason why it's this price, for a reason why it's that. So this is a good way to lead into the frame without not talking about the book. So first we're going to write the chapter and then we're going to do the death. We go high level.
Yeah, that's kind of what triggered this. The team is like, okay, we need to start thinking like you're in good shape now, but he's 78, so right, like let's start thinking about the next generation of authors, public speakers. How can we just start giving back to his community, people that want to do what he did, kind of rather than helping them take 52 years and shorten that learning curve down the line. So that's where this book came from. It's like, hey, let's find a group of authors they're all experts, they all have a unique story related to Les's brand, and then kind of giving you guys like a launching pad. And so really what this is, like they're trying to get this book done fast. So like published by next year, like early spring. And so what that means is it's basically all done for you. You meet with if we do like an author interview, you meet with like one of the ghostwriters, he would ask you a bunch of questions, kind of get your story out of your head, and then he would go and take it and write it all out and make it look, it's all like polish it up. And then he send it back to you, say, hey, does this look good? You gotta read through it. Oh, change that, change this, what, add this. And then so it's kind of back and forth. And then over a few weeks, you're like, yes, perfect. You put your seal of approval on it, and then you're done with the writing part. That's all done. So you don't have to worry about it. Right.
Blah, blah, blah.
And so you guys would meet with him, there'd be like a photo shoot, book tour, one-on-one time, little book launch.
Just explaining the offer.
Like that. And then, Les's team, they're taking care of all the social media. They're gonna push it hard to their audience and make sure that the authors are showcased. And then that goes viral. Like Les's audience is freaking enormous, and it's like crazy super fans who are just like, like they buy everything from Les and there's love them. So it's like it's guaranteed to go and become a bestseller within 10 weeks, which is cool, because if you have books that are like in the back burner, it's a lot easier to become like a published author if you're all writing a bestseller. So
the bonus, which this is true, by the way.
Oh, any publisher would do one. So it's kind of like a cool bonus too.
Yeah. See, a little product knowledge doesn't hurt. I didn't know that, but then someone brought it up on a call and I was like, oh, that's good to know. I'm going to bring that up. if you are trying to get published, it's very hard. It's like a chicken or the egg situation if you don't have a book already published. And so if you come to any publisher with a best-selling book and you're in there with Les Brown, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, of course. It's a no-brainer.
And then you have your,
Yeah, he sells out arenas, so.
yeah.
It's like I could have just pitched this, I could have closed this guy at this point.
Yeah, I mean, the guy charges like $100,000 a talk, or maybe double that, I don't remember, but selling out arenas.
Double that. I think it's double that now. Well, yeah, I think it's like
Yeah.
that.
I mean, like, it's crazy. And that's just for talking, like, and then there's, you know, like, there's people like Myron Golden.
Here I am just talking away. I should be closing this guy. I could have closed this guy at this point, point of the call, maybe a minute earlier.
The Sultan stage.
Right.
And they can make, I think Myron did a 27-minute talk and made 3.2 million or something. It's repitched at an event.
Also true.
Right.
Also true.
It's funny, so like that's what we teach in the legendary speaking program, of how to deliver those talks, how to sell them stage, how to find events, and you know,
Here I am still trying to sell both programs, getting greedy.
that's it. So there's that, which is pretty cool. But in terms of the book, is that more or less like in line with what you thought it was, what you were looking for, or maybe not so much? Like, what do you think about it? Just
This is definitely my lane. Again, you
Okay.
know, I'm all, you know, I believe in honesty, integrity, and truth. You know, that's my word. You know, I call it HIT, honesty, integrity, and truth. You know, so this is hitting right on where I need to be. Again, I just needed a platform and stage to tell my story and direct attention to, you know, people that had a heart like me, came from nothing, and you know, single mother home, and you know, been in, you know, I graduated high school, but again, you know, I still was in the streets. I was hustling. I was going, you know, a lot of that stuff. Didn't use drugs too much, so you know that wasn't
Too much.
But you know, all the lives of the streets. You know, I had my hands into it, and you know, I had to shoo away from that life because I knew that what was inside of me needed to be put somewhere else to people that appreciated me.
yeah. Dude, I mean, it sounds like you have a powerful story.
And that's, you know, that's where I stand right now. You know, I'm just, you know, I'm not looking to make a whole lot of money. You know, the money will come. I know that it come. You know, it's because, you know, I was designed for this. You know, I just, you know, like I said, I just needed to be pushed in that right direction. And by me going to these seminars and meeting Netta Powell and Myron Gold and I just met Seth not the other day too. Actually,
All right, Ben, close the goddamn call. I only got 30 minutes on these calls, and then it's on to the next one. So time's ticking. I'm at 20 minutes.
when I started my new brand for Sense Smile, I met Mari, and
Yeah, great.
you know, we getting a call from
Okay.
one.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
My go-to closing questions coming up.
Oh, you're okay with everything you spoke about so far?
You're okay with everything so good so far? Yeah, you're comfortable?
Yes, definitely.
Oh, sound good. It's like
Hey.
comfortable.
You're comfortable with everything you're okay with everything spoke about so far? Yeah, totally. You comfortable with everything that I've gone over? 100%. All right.
I'm ready.
Where would you like to go from here?
ready.
Okay.
So this is another thing salespeople do when they get to the pitch. They're like, and it's just 10K, and they just drop. They go into push mode, and I like to pump the brakes in the pitch and let them come, like, ask me for the offer, unless I'm running out of time, and then I'll say, okay, well, the only thing we haven't spoke about is the investment. Would you like to go over that now? Yes, I will. Okay, cool. Well, the way it works is just blah or blah.
Where would you like to go from here?
To the moon.
That's all I'm feeling, man.
Yeah, he's doing it. He's doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, so you think the book sounds like the right choice for sure?
Yes, definitely.
Tie down again.
I'm all on board. I'm on board.
Okay, cool, man. Well, sure there's no other questions about like how it works or anything like that.
Tie down on the process.
No, I resonated, you know, like I said. I
You're like a big picture guy, man.
Yeah, he is. You're a big picture guy.
Yeah, I just, you know,
Yeah,
just put me in the rooms and I'll do the rest.
yeah, man. Okay, well, the only thing I guess that's left to discuss is like how much is the investment. You want to go over that?
Yeah, Seth told me he probably said it'd probably be like 10,000 or something.
I was like, oh hell yeah, the guy already knows the price. Ah, hell yeah.
Starting out.
So yeah, it's
The way I pitch this is how I get a lot of pay in fulls.
so it's 12K spread out over 3 months, or if you prepay in advance, it's 10. Yeah, so you save the two.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so whatever's easiest.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm all ready.
You wanna do it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. How would you? Most people
So,
put on card or?
Yeah, you said I can set up the payments?
Okay, so this guy, long story short, actually, let's keep going through it.
Free. So
Okay.
yeah, there's two options there. So there's you put 5 down today, and then it would be 2 payments of 3 and 3. So that would drop from 12 down to 11. So you save a little bit time bit there, or you could do 3 even payments of 4.
And again, this is not how I typically do the price drop. This is absolutely not how I do it. Okay. Oh, she's here. Shit. Okay. Spoiler alert. Closed them. He had to call the bank. I think I actually did the toilet close that what's his face talks about. I'm almost positive I did. No, he called his wife. All right, gotta go. This has been fun. Hopefully you learned something. Tell me what your takeaways were from this video. It wasn't my best call, but it wasn't my worst. So talk to you guys later. Peace. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Just to get a bit of insight into my thought process of the sales call. If you want, you can send your calls to me and I'll do a review on my channel, or I'll just keep doing more of these. Let me know in the comments below. And that's a wrap for this one. If you want to go deeper into my call review structure, I have a video over here. It's called the Sales Call Review Template. So go through that and that will help you a lot. And as always, guys, you stay great. I will catch you in the next one.